Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, the other day, the Senate and the House both voted to basically stop Donald Trump's national emergency, where he wants to steal funds from the military and military housing in order to fund his border wall. Now, Congress did what they were supposed to do, supported by 12 Republicans in the Senate. The problem is, he vetoed it. Why? Because he doesn't care what Congress has to say. And Congress gave him a way out, and he still did it. Now, at the end of the day, he has the right to veto things. And Congress has the right to override that veto. Unfortunately, they don't have the votes in both chambers to be able to pull that off. So, to the courts it will go. 16 states have already filed lawsuits against the Trump administration, blocking it for funds that they would be taking away from their states, among other reasons. But that'll be tied up in court for a while. Will it be tied up in court until he's gone? And that national emergency, that isn't an emergency at all, can be shut down? Who knows? Time will tell. But that's just normal politics. A president does something, Congress wants to stop it, he vetoes it. Happens. It's nothing new. What is new, though, is comments he made the other day, where he was threatening people of the political parties that do not support him with violence. Now, I've not been one of those that believe that he's not going to step down if he loses in 2020 or when his time is up in 2024, if he wins in 2020. I've not been one of those, but after these things, these words, the words he said and the things he said the other day, I don't know how much I believe that anymore. I'm truly starting to believe that Donald Trump is a tyrant. That Donald Trump sees himself as king of America. Not the president, not an elected official, but as a godly anointed king of America. And I know you may think that's crazy, but here's what he said. He said he's got the support of the police, the military, and biker gangs. And it's going to get to a point, he said, where it's going to get really bad for those that oppose him. That is the clearest you can be as a sitting president, to be threatening violence against your opponents. You can't get much closer than that. So we have a sitting president of the United States of America threatening violence against his own people. If that is not a reason to remove him from office, with the 25th Amendment, I don't know what does. If you ask me, that is scary shit. That is scary. To know that our president is threatening violence against his own people because they don't support him. That is something you would see in communist Russia or communist China. That is the kind of stuff you saw in Venezuela with Hugo Chavez, where threats of violence were used in order to keep people voting for him and supporting him. That's how the Soviet Union worked. That's how Vladimir Putin works. That is not how a sitting president of the United States of America acts. That is not what we do here, Mr. Trump. You are not allowed to use your office to perpetrate violence against those that don't support you. I believe unequivocally now that you must be removed by the 25th Amendment from your office. You have no legitimacy anymore. You've just made one of the most egregious sins you could against the American people. Just because I don't agree with you does not mean violence should be acted on against me. You, sir, are disgusting. You were despicable. How about you move to Russia, where they do that kind of stuff? Huh? How about you move to Russia, or China, or Cuba? If you want to run this place like it's a kingdom, move to Saudi Arabia. Move to the UAE. Or any one of those other countries you refer to as shithole countries. Try to be king over there. We don't do kings here. You are an elected official. And if people don't support you, then guess what? You don't get to threaten them with violence, you son of a bitch. Anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road.